Good morning, my name is Josh from CyclonesOZ and here is your detailed forecast update for Monday, May 19th, 2025. A lot to get through today, plenty of weather to be talking about, including heavy rainfall expected for the next couple of days across the New South Wales mid-north coast and into the Hunter region. Very heavy rainfall streaming ashore at this time, with more still to come. Rainfall also on the cards for Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia and Victoria. All of that plus more coming up in today's weather forecast. If you are brand new to the channel, please consider subscribing, but let's get stuck straight into things this morning with, as you can see, a very heavy band of rainfall moving into the Hunter region, into the mid-north coast region, north of Gosford through Newcastle and extending inland out to the Barrington Tops and then north to Taree and Foster. We've expected this to occur over the last couple of days, but rainfall has been heavier overnight than what we anticipated. This morning I didn't expect to be waking up to triple-figure rainfall accumulations, yet here we are, with widespread falls between 100 and 120 millimetres outside of Newcastle. So yes, the rainfall has been slightly heavier than initially estimated, and that does have some significant ramifications for the going forward, for the forecast going forward. You can also see some strong wind, 67 kilometres an hour out of Nora Head, going out of the south there, and then 69 kilometres an hour at Fly Stanwell, gusting to 80 there. So this severe weather warning definitely is valid, that's for sure, for damaging winds as much as it is for rainfall. With the rainfall expected to ease off a little bit over the next couple of hours and then pick up again later tonight, there is going to be that little lull there which will give those rivers which have sharply risen through the Hunter and the mid-north coast region of New South Wales a bit of a time to drop and to collect themselves and to flush the water out into the ocean. So at this time the weather is going to ease off for the next couple of hours or so temporarily. It's still going to be very wet for some locations, but compared to how it has been last night, we will see a bit of a lull in the rainfall, and that is again reciprocated by the forecast modelling still suggesting with that upper level low pressure system situated in the atmosphere, and that is going to be playing through for the next couple of days. So like I said, rainfall easing off a little bit later on this afternoon and evening. It's going to pick up again through early tomorrow morning, and heavy falls expected between Newcastle up to Taree and even as far north as Kempsey. We could be seeing some heavy falls through tomorrow morning. I imagine the severe weather will shift a little bit further north, with the strongest winds and the heaviest falls between Newcastle up towards Kempsey expected, which has been in contrast, the heaviest falls being north of Sydney up to Newcastle today. Now the heaviest rainfall is going to continue through Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon. It will really peak at around kind of midday on Tuesday before again temporarily easing off on Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. There will still be moderate rainfall shower bands moving through Wednesday morning and into Wednesday afternoon across the northern coast of New South Wales. Heavy falls piping up again late Wednesday night around the Taree and the Kempsey area, and then through Thursday morning another return to the heavy rainfall can be expected through the Kempsey and extending north up to the Coffs Harbour area as well. And then this is where we're expecting the development of a proper low pressure system. We're no longer expecting that to meet up with energy down in the southeast of New South Wales, so we can pretty much write off the chances of an east coast low down here, but we are expecting this system to then meet up with that stronger low pressure system up in the north, and as such drag that energy down through the Tasman Sea through Friday into Saturday before it gets off towards New Zealand around Sunday and into Monday next week, the 25th and the 26th of May respectively. So there's a lot of weather to be talking about, a lot of life ahead of this system here, and plenty more problems still to come ashore for New South Wales. And you can think of this system as having two parts here: the drenching rain that's expected to be driven ashore through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and into Friday morning, before this system quickly through Friday morning meets up with another low pressure system, very quickly slides down the New South Wales coastline through Friday afternoon and into Saturday morning, and then heads offshore from Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, and that's the last that we see and hear from this storm system. So again, a lot of moving parts to this system here. The second part of the system, and I'll get to that in just a second, isn't looking too problematic anymore. Whilst this will probably constitute an east coast low through Saturday and out to Sunday, it's going to be far enough offshore from New South Wales as to where it's not expected to be a problematic system. But the initial run of this, it is going to be a problematic system. I'm still holding firm with the 400 millimetres of rainfall that we're expecting to come out of this system here. I do believe that that is, again, a very good number to be pinpointing on exactly what rainfall we can be expecting from this storm system here. And again, with the current state of the forecast models as well, I feel like, again, I've done a very good job with the rainfall forecast here for the northeastern coast of New South Wales. So let's just recap it and hammer home some of the details here, with a bit of a northerly shift in the rainfall compared to where yesterday is. So we've had heavy rainfall outside of Gosford, Newcastle and into the Barrington Tops overnight, with falls up to 120 millimetres as previously mentioned. On top of that, throughout the remainder of today and into tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting falls up to a further 180 millimetres through this part of New South Wales, which will give them to 3-day rainfall accumulations up to 300 millimetres of rainfall, again bang on what the forecast was suggesting. Then, as I said, through tomorrow into Wednesday and into Thursday, the rainfall, the heaviest parts of the rainfall is going to slide further north, which will bring heavy falls between Foster, Taree, up to Port Macquarie and Kempsey. Heavy rainfall expected in this general region as well, with widespread falls between 200 to 350 millimetres expected, and isolated 3-day rainfall accumulations between Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday up to 400 millimeters, also a possibility at this point in time. It will be interesting to see exactly how much rainfall does materialize here, especially considering that the shift in the rainfall has now moved a little bit further north, and that's good for two things. It does take the worst of the rainfall out of the incredibly saturated Hunter and mid-north coast region. The rainfall now starting to move a little bit further north than that, but it also means that instead of having rainfall funneling through for 4 or 5 days consistently into the Newcastle region, we've now got a little bit of a northerly jog in the forecast, which means that not one place will be picking up a solid stream of rainfall for the next 5 days, which again is very good news in of itself. But yeah, certainly some interesting stuff coming through, certainly some significant weather. If you've got any questions or comments on it, please let me know in the comment section down below. There's plenty more moving parts to this system as well, one of which being the storm seas and the wave heights as well. Anywhere south of where the low pressure system center or broad center is kind of located, even though this doesn't have a central pressure of low pressure at this point in time, it is a mid-level low pressure system, and as such we're expecting this to behave a little bit like a low pressure system. So anywhere south of where the kind of concentrated band of the rainfall is going to be, which through tonight into tomorrow is going to be around the Taree area before moving north on Tuesday through Kempsey on Wednesday and then up towards Coffs Harbour on Thursday, we're going to have some pretty significant wave heights funneled ashore, anywhere between 4 to 5 or even 6 metres in places, which will cause some coastal erosion in areas. Also some strong wind gusts, and you can see that now on the 7-day wind accumulation map here, which highlights the strongest wind gust expected over the next 7 days. We're already starting to see those wind gusts between 80 to 90 kilometres an hour develop across the New South Wales coastline, especially outside of Sydney, and then stronger wind gusts expected as we get a little bit further north, especially for exposed areas such as Foster and Taree. We could be seeing wind gusts in those regions up to 100 kilometres an hour. So again, definitely constituting of severe weather this system here. It is packing a punch, and it's expected to continue to pack a punch for the New South Wales mid-north coastline for the next couple of days. But yeah, certainly looking quite interesting, that's for sure. You can see it here on the radar and the satellite imagery. And if we can get the 12-hour loop to play for a little bit more of a zoomed out picture here, you can see it certainly is some heavy rainfall moving into the Newcastle area as well, not penetrating too far inland, so more drier areas further north and further towards the west have not been impacted by the rainfall at all. And it looks like the rainfall is now streaming out of the Sydney area as well, which also picked up some pretty healthy accumulations overnight. And it doesn't look like Sydney is going to get any meaningful rainfall for the next couple of days either. And another interesting nugget happening around New South Wales. In stark contrast, the subtropical weather moving into the central parts of the state this morning, which has kept things a little bit more milder around Sydney, which is sitting at 17 degrees right now at the airport. It is a lot cooler as you get further inland, and especially down towards the south as well, with temperatures as cold as -2 degrees along the coastline of Victoria at Yarram Airport, and temperatures down towards -4 or even -5 in the western half of Victoria into the southeastern corner of South Australia. Unseasonably cold even for this time of the year, and then a very freezing -6 degrees at Perisher Valley this morning. It has been a very cold start indeed, and also winds have not been zero, which is unusual when we're seeing temperatures of this kind of low magnitude here, of this kind of caliber. We generally have very still skies, but the winds have been blowing, so the wind chill down there has been incredibly cold, that's for sure, down to around -10 or 11 degrees with a breeze coming out of the north. So yeah, very cold across other parts of New South Wales along the coastline, a little bit milder, a little bit windier, and a lot more rainfall streaming through. Also some showers up into the northeast of New South Wales and through southeast Queensland as well, and you can see that quite clearly here. Whilst there isn't too much rainfall on the forecast, we will see a couple of showers here and there moving in from the northeast and the northwest throughout the remainder of today. They're relatively slow moving, they're not problematic either, a couple of drops of rainfall possible here and there, but it looks like the rainfall is now clearing out of the Brisbane area, and it should clear out of the Gold Coast hinterland in the next couple of hours as well. But again, a bit of a stationary weather system with a few drops of rainfall to deliver here and there for the southeast corner of Queensland. For the most part, rainfall not expected to be problematic, and in fact, more than 5 millimetres of rainfall certainly would be quite impressive from a weather setup like this at this point in time. And just keeping it on Queensland, we do have a little bit more rainfall on the cards across parts of Queensland, especially into the second week of the forecast here. You can see between the 26th down to the 1st of June. There is now a little bit of rainfall moving through into the central parts of Australia here. This is again rainfall accumulation over a week-long period between the 26th of May out to the 2nd of June. There is a little bit of rainfall for southwestern Queensland, a lot of rainfall coming in for the Northern Territory and parts of the Kimberley region of Western Australia. So let's make sense of this right now, because I'm not completely writing this off as a boogie forecast forecast run at this point in time. It certainly has a little bit of merit to it. So later on in the forecast picture, we're expecting a bit of turbulent weather to develop into the northern parts of the Indian Ocean, around the Indonesia side of things, and then we're going to see some rainfall start to develop offshore from Western Australia. Now, it's not going to come in the form of a full-blown tropical low at this point in time, but we're expecting at least some kind of low-pressure trough or mid-level low-pressure system to begin to drag some rainfall down into the Kimberley region of Western Australia, through parts of the Pilbara into the Northern Territory between the 27th, the 28th, and out to the 29th of May at this point in time, before rainfall eases off through the 30th and the 31st of May. It's going to be a bit of an interesting run, that's for sure, because it is now a little bit closer on the forecast modelling at this point in time. You can see the rainfall now a lot fresher than what it was yesterday. It's only going to be about a week away at this point in time, but it is also incredibly unusual to see rainfall of this calibre up in Western Australia and the Northern Territory tropics, even at this time of the year. So the best guess that I can make from it right now is a bit of an upper level low pressure system or lower level trough type system coming through, and that's exactly what's going to be happening here. That low pressure system moving through the Kimberley region into the goldfields and then into the interior parts of Western Australia, dragging in a lot of moisture from the mid-levels and the upper levels through the interior parts of Western Australia's Kimberley region and then into the Northern Territory as well. And that is kind of the only way that I can reasonably explain this rainfall at this point in time. So that's why this does have a little bit of merit to it, instead of being a complete bogus forecast run at this point in time, before it gets shifted off by some strong cold front activity that's expected to go down for the southwest of Western Australia, South Australia, Victoria, and then in towards Tasmania. So in terms of the takeaways from this, we're going to have to revisit this in a future forecast update, that's for sure, but certainly next week we could be seeing a little bit of rainfall here and there through the Northern Territory and parts of Western Australia, with steady falls between 10 to 30 millimetres not being ruled out at this point in time. We will have to wait and see what is expected at this point in time, though it is still a little bit too far out to be making some predictions, that's for sure. Anyways, let's just briefly touch on the rainfall outlook for the southwest of Western Australia. 10-day rainfall accumulations between the 22nd of May out to the 2nd of June. We do have widespread falls along the coastline between 25 to 50 millimetres extending south of Jurien Bay through Perth, Bunbury, Busselton, and then into the southern coastal regions through Walpole, Albany, and then across towards Esperance. Unfortunately, falls remaining light out into the Wheatbelt region as well, and it doesn't look like they're getting any decent rainfall until the first couple of days of June. Still a little bit too difficult to tell exactly what rainfall is going to be coming through for what regions, but a cold front expected to sweep up through Thursday and into Friday morning, and that could bring a few showers here and there, and then another cold front and some shower activities expected to occur through Friday, Saturday, and before that cold front comes through Saturday night into Sunday morning. Showers persisting through Sunday and into Monday before it dries out again as a strong high pressure ridge builds, and then another cold front coming through on the 28th of May by the looks of things. And then in terms of strong cold front activity, there's nothing on the radar until we get out towards early June, when it does look like a little bit more consistent winter weather is going to come through for the southwest of Western Australia. And then onto the South Australia side of things and into Victoria. Rainfall is on the forecast, but it's not on the forecast in any major fashion at this point in time. I wouldn't get your hopes up for significant rainfall through parts of South Australia, Victoria, or Tasmania, but there will be some rainfall along the coastline in the next 14 days or so. So again, that is definitely something to look forward to, but every drop of rainfall at this point in time for these drought-impacted areas is certainly going to be considered bonus rainfall that they didn't expect but would greatly appreciate, that's for sure. Anyways, I do apologise for all the ringing and beeping in the background of this video here. It's not you, it's me. My microphone setup system is going absolutely ham this morning for some reason, so I do apologise if the video does sound a little bit differently. Nothing I could do about it, unfortunately. Looks like everything was broken, but that is all from me today. A special shout out, of course, to the channel sponsors. The names are on screen now, and again, I could not run the show without them. Their support is much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all in the next storm. Goodbye.